What if F1 drivers were footballers? In this video we're placing all of the 20 F1 drivers on this year's grid into FIFA 21 career mode and see if they can win the Premier League and Champions League. So if you enjoy this video then please make sure to like it and for sure subscribe to my channel. So we're going to place all of the 20 F1 drivers this season onto the Sheffield United team and let's see if they can win Sheffield United the Premier League. So, and of course, because Sheffield United aren't in the Champions League this season, we had to add them in manually and we put them into the group of death with Paris Saint-Germain, RB Leipzig and Başakşehir Istanbul. So here you can see all 20 F1 drivers in the Sheffield United career mode save. We start off with Lewis Hamilton, who of course last season won his 7th World Championship, here now with Mercedes. Since he's moved to Mercedes, he won 6 World Championships. One of them was with McLaren. He's been an absolute beast and he's for sure an F1 legend. Second, we've got Max Verstappen, who's 92 rated. Currently he's leading this season's championship in front of Lewis Hamilton, which is very good. He's one of the most talented drivers on the grid for sure, and he's currently driving with Red Bull. So with a 91 rating, we've got Valtteri Bottas, who I play as a left winger, the Finnish Mercedes driver. He's been pretty good since he's moved to Mercedes, but he's never really convinced. That's why George Russell is linked with a move to Mercedes to replace him. Now, Sebastian Vettel, I gave him a 90 rating. When he was at Red Bull, he won 4 World Championship titles in a row, which was absolutely incredible. Currently, he's an Aston Martin driver and he finished 2nd in the Baku race, which was absolutely brilliant for him. So now we've got Lando Norris, 89 rated. He's probably the most talented of the F1 drivers. He's only 20 years old and he's been an absolute beast with McLaren this season and also last season. I'll play him as a central midfielder. Now Charles Leclerc, 88 rated, of course, the Ferrari driver. He's probably behind Norris and Verstappen, the most talented driver. He's currently driving for Ferrari. Sadly, with Ferrari being so bad, he couldn't really get any wins. Sergio Perez, 87 rated here. Checo Perez, he's been at Racing Point for a long time. This season he's moved to Red Bull and he won the Baku race, which was absolutely brilliant for him. That was a great race by him. I'll play him as a central midfielder. Now Carlos Sainz, the Spanish player, is 86 rated. Last season he was with McLaren, joined up with Lando Norris. They were a great driver pairing and they had a great season with McLaren, finishing P3 in the Constructors' Championships. But now he's a Ferrari driver. Now we've got Pierre Gasly. I gave him an 85 rating. He's been at Red Bull, but sadly didn't convince that he was sacked and brought back to AlphaTauri. But then last season in Monza, he won the race, which was an absolute delight for him. He was absolutely great and he's always convinced in the AlphaTauri car. So now we've got Daniel Ricciardo, who's 84 rated. He was with Red Bull a long time. He was pretty good. He didn't do anything special, to be honest. Then he went to Renault and that was a shocker 2 seasons. Now he's moved to McLaren. Sadly, not really convincing with McLaren. Now Esteban Ocon, I'll play as a goalkeeper because he's one of the tallest of these players. He's 83 rated. He's been pretty good since he's moved to Renault. Now, of course, for Alpine. He's a good driver and has got a big future ahead of him. Now George Russell, 82 rated. He's a very interesting driver, of course. He's linked always with a move to Mercedes to replace Valtteri Bottas, of course. And to be honest, I would expect him to be the next Mercedes driver in at least a year. So let's see how that turns out. Now, Lance Stroll, of course, one of the many paid drivers this season. He's 81 rated, the Canadian. He's been at Racing Point for a long time, which now has been rebranded to Aston Martin, of course. Now, Alonso has returned to the F1 grid. His best time was with Renault when he won 2 World Championships. He lost out on 2 World Championships, sadly, with Ferrari very closely. But now he's returned back to Formula 1 to Alpine. Now, Kimi Räikkönen, the oldest F1 driver on this grid, He's 40 years old, which is absolutely incredible, the Finnish driver. His best spell was with Ferrari, as he won the World Championship once. He's been a really good driver. He's been in Formula 1 for 20 years, an absolute Formula 1 legend for sure. So now Yuki Tsunoda is one of the probably most talented drivers. He's a rookie, of course, since he joined Formula 1 from the Formula 2 this season. He's in Bahrain. He had a great race and I gave him a 78 rating. Antonio Giovinazzi, the Italian, he's never really convinced in that Alfa Romeo. He had one or two good races, but the Ferrari Junior Academy driver never really convinced. So now Mick Schumacher, of course the son of Michael Schumacher, the 7-time world champion. He'll, of course, want to be just like his father, but I'm not really sure if he can do that. But yeah, he won the Formula 2 last season, which is absolutely great. Now in Formula 1 with Haas. Yeah, wasn't a great start for him because Haas are the worst team on the grid, but I'm sure he can improve. So now Nicholas Latifi, the Williams driver, 75 rated. He is also a paid driver because his parents are millionaires. Yeah, so he bought his way into F1 even though he's not been good with Williams. He's still in Formula 1, which isn't great. And with a 1 rating, we've got Nikita Mazepin, aka Nikita Mazepin. He's become a meme because he spun so much in Formula 1 and he had a lot of scandals, which isn't good for him. And of course, the Russian Haas driver is a paid driver as well. So here you can see our starting 11. These F1 drivers are very good. Of course, our highest rated player is Lewis Hamilton. Then Verstappen will score us lots of goals as well. This is a very good team, except of Esteban Ocon, who's only 83 rated as a goalkeeper. We know how important goalkeepers are in FIFA 21, but I'm sure this team can win the Champions League and Premier League. So in January, we're first in the Premier League with 56 points, which is absolutely great to see. We're running away with the Premier League at the moment. Manchester United in second with 44 points. And in the Champions League, we made it through to the round of 16. We have to face Atletico Madrid there, who will definitely be a good opponent. In the group stage, we finished first in the group of death with 12 points. PSG are second, also with 12 points, but we had a better goal difference. RB Leipzig in third and Besiktas in fourth. So here you can see this team in January, very high rated, really good team, and this team surely has to win the Champions League and Premier League. So now we have to beat Real Madrid in the second leg of the semi-final, and then we'll be in the Champions League final. We sim it, and we win by 3-2, and that means we reached the Champions League final, and we'll have to face Liverpool here, which will be a very difficult match, but it'll definitely be a very good one. Hello and welcome to the Champions League final. Sheffield United with all of the Formula 1 drivers against Liverpool. So here you can see the Champions League trophy and we'll try to lift it today. Come on. So now Liverpool on the attack with Sadio Mane. Sadio Mane to Jordan Henderson. Henderson to Mane, and it's a great save by Esteban Ocon. So now win the attack, we give it to Sergio Perez. Sergio Perez to Max Verstappen. Max Verstappen shoots and it's a great save by Alisson. So now win the attack, Max Verstappen on through on going. Max Verstappen, still Max Verstappen, squares it. Lewis Hamilton shoots and scores. 19 and a half minutes played and the 7-time world champion Lewis Hamilton scores to make it 1-0 here at the Atatürk Olympic Stadium to make it 1-0 against Liverpool. So here you can see we play Max Verstappen with a great one. He squares it to his rival this season, Lewis Hamilton, who shoots and scores to make it 1-0 for Sheffield United in this Champions League final. So now we're in the attack with Max Verstappen. Max Verstappen shoots, it's a great save by Alisson, but it's a comfortable one as well. So now Liverpool on the attack with Sadio Mane. Sadio Mane turns. Sadio Mane shoots. It's a great save by Esteban Ocon. Jordan Henderson misses the target. What a miss by Jordan Henderson, Liverpool's club captain. But now Fabian on the attack to Roberto Firmino, who shoots and scores. 42 minutes played and Roberto Firmino scores for Liverpool to equalise in this Champions League final. Here we see a replay. It's a great attack by Liverpool. Fabian Vick gives it to Roberto Firmino, who shoots and scores a great goal in the bottom right corner to make it 1-1 for the Reds in this Champions League final. So now we're in the attack with Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton to Max Verstappen. Max Verstappen right before half time. He turns. Max Verstappen shoots. And it's a great save by Alisson. So now we're in the attack with Valtteri Bottas, the Mercedes driver. Valtteri Bottas shoots and it's a great save by Alisson. So now the attack, Sebastian Vettel to Norris. Lando Norris to Valtteri Bottas. Valtteri Bottas is through here. He shoots, it's a great save by Alisson, but how did Valtteri Bottas not score from this counter-attack? So now Carlos Sainz with a great through ball to Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton in the penalty area turns to Valtteri Bottas and shoots. It's another great save by Alisson. What a game he's having. So now Thiago for Liverpool to Roberto Firmino. Roberto Firmino turns. He still has it. They shoot and it's a great save by Esteban Ocon to save Thiago's shot. This is the save of the season for sure. So now Max Verstappen with a great free ball to Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton to Vettel, and Vettel gets past. Sebastian Vettel, the 4-time world champion, is through on goal. He shoots and scores! 80 and a half minutes played and Sebastian Vettel, the Aston Martin driver, scores to make it 2-1 for Sheffield United in this Champions League final. Here we see a replay. It's a great attack. Sebastian Vettel wins the ball. He shoots and scores past Alisson, who had made loads of saves this match, to make it 2-1 for Sheffield United, the Formula 1 team. Get in there. So now we're in the attack again. We give it to Sergio Perez. Checo back to Max Verstappen. Max Verstappen back to Checo Perez. He shoots and it's a comfortable save by Alisson. So now we're in the attack again. Last few seconds here. Will Max Verstappen win it? He does. He crosses it in, but it's cleared away. So now Lando Norris shoots. It's a good block. And that's 4 times Sheffield United, aka the Formula 1 team, win the Champions League final 2-1 against Liverpool, thanks to goals by Lewis Hamilton and Sebastian Vettel to win the Champions League for Sheffield United. Get in there. So here you can see this season's results. In the Premier League, we won it with 96 points. In 38 games, we won 30, drew 6, lost 2. Goal difference of 60, which is absolutely great to see. Liverpool in second, behind us, Man City in third, and Spurs in fourth. Tottenham win the FA Cup 1-0 against Brentford in the final. We win the Carabao Cup 3-0 against Spurs in the final. Bayern Munich won the Super Cup 2-0 against Sevilla in the final. And we won the Champions League 2-1 against Liverpool in the final. So now looking at the group stage, we finished first in our group with 12 points, equal on points with PSG, who are in second, Leipzig in third, and Istanbul Başakşehir were in fourth. In the round of 16, we beat Atletico Madrid 5-1 on aggregate. We absolutely thrashed them. In the quarterfinals, we beat Barcelona 4-0 on aggregate, which is a thrashing as well. In the semi-finals, we beat Real Madrid 5-3 on aggregate. And in the final, we beat Liverpool by 2-1. And RB Leipzig won the Europa League 4-3 on penalties against Arsenal. So here you can see the team at the end of the season. These Formula 1 drivers in FIFA 21 are absolutely incredible. These ratings are so good. Our highest rated player now is Max Verstappen, of course, with a 95 rating. What a team, and no wonder we won the Premier League and Champions League. And just a shout out to Lewis Hamilton, the 7-time world champion. He scored 47 goals and gave 15 assists in 65 matches, which is absolutely mental by our striker here. What a season the Englishman has had. So now looking at the play ratings, Lando Norris has a 95 rating. He grew by 6 ratings, which is absolutely great to see. Max Verstappen grew by 3 ratings to be 95 rated. Valtteri Bottas grew by 3 ratings. Now he's 94 rated. Sergio Perez is 93 rated. What a season by him. He grew by 6 ratings. Lewis Hamilton stayed at his 93 rating, great for the 36-year-old, didn't lose a rating. Charles Leclerc, 92 rated, our centre-back, he grew by 4 ratings, which is absolutely great to see. Carlos Sainz, plus 6 ratings, he's now 92 rated. Pierre Gasly, plus 6, is now 91 rated. And Esteban Ocon is 90 rated, he grew by 7 ratings. What a season by our goalkeeper. 90 rated as well, which is absolutely incredible. Daniel Ricciardo, the 31-year-old Austrian, is now 90 rated and he grew by 6 ratings. Sebastian Vettel stayed at his 90 rating because he was 33 years old. George Russell grew by 4 ratings, he's now 86 rated. Lance Stroll is 84 overall, he grew by 3 ratings. Yuki Tsunoda, the young rookie, grew by 2 ratings. He's now 80 rated. Antonio Giovinazzi is now 80 rated. He grew by 3 points. Mick Schumacher, the son of Michael Schumacher, grew to a 79 rating. He grew by 3 ratings. Kimi Räikkönen stayed at his 79 rating, even though he's 41 years old. Nicholas Latifi grew to a 78 overall. He grew by 3 ratings. Fernando Alonso sadly lost 5 ratings because he's 39 years old. Now he's only 75 rated. And Nikita Mazepin, aka Nikita Mazepin, grew to a 10 overall. So if you enjoyed this video where we put Formula 1 drivers into FIFA 21 career mode, then please make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel, and see you guys next time.